Actually, I've been getting a lot of male subscribers. Hi everyone! Alright, so this is my very first bump date, and I am so excited. Like, I cannot believe that this is actually something that I get to do. I've like really dreamt about it like the last pregnancies and stuff, but I just thought I would never be able to get the courage up to be able to do something like this. I did finally, and now I feel so blessed and so thankful for like all of my subscribers, everyone that I've met, all these new people that I thought I had like this huge like people that I like love to watch, but now it's like totally different. Like there are people that I'm watching right now that I care so much about, and it's just like amazing. I'm so happy that this is my very first bump date. And I have my notes right here kind of so I don't get like off track, because I can do that sometimes. I think you guys should have just watched my bump date intro, so I hope you guys like that. That should be on every single video, a little intro of me, you know, with my belly and all of that. So it was a little nerve-wracking making because, you know, I'm not completely confident about my body right now, and so it can be a little bit nerve-wracking, but I'm sure as the weeks go on I'll feel a little bit better, because I usually in pregnancy start to feel more comfortable with my body. I think that's kind of normal. I know it can go either way for women, but that's how I get. So I did want to mention that I just wanted to say I feel so extremely blessed to be pregnant right now. Like it is such a mixed emotions and so many things going on right now, but the fact that I'm pregnant, and obviously so fast and so soon, it really is such a blessing to be able to get pregnant like that. I want to say that I can't imagine being one of the TTCers out there who've been trying to get pregnant for so long, and I feel in a way bad, because I know how in a way you can get, and I don't mean this in a bad way, because I feel it in different ways too, but it's a jealousy that you know, the fact that why was I able to get pregnant so quickly? And I don't know, for some reason God blessed me with being able to get pregnant quickly, but you know, I do have other issues in other areas of pregnancy. But I did want to just mention that, you know, I hope that all my TTCers out there really do get their BFP really soon, because I cannot wait to watch your journey. And just please keep me in your prayers that I get to actually keep this pregnancy and this baby forever. I wanted to first talk about my doctor's appointments. I never really got to fully discuss my last week's doctor's appointment. So this was the first real doctor's appointment with my new doctor, and I've seen him in the past, in a past pregnancy, but I ended up not choosing him because his hospital that he delivers at is not 45 minutes, it's about 30 minutes away from me. And that was a little nerve-wracking to me, especially for someone who plans to have a natural birth. I want to labor as much as possible at home before I head to the hospital. I don't really like all of those hospital policies that are involved. So I was like, I didn't feel like it was necessary to use him if he only delivers at a hospital that's so far away from me, when I have, by the way, a hospital like 2 blocks up from me and 5 minutes the other way. It just seemed kind of crazy. But he's an amazing doctor, and I have so many referrals and so many friends that use him that in the end, you know, I don't care how far I have to drive. I just want a doctor who is going to be 100% fully available to satisfy every need and everything that I need to be taken care of during this pregnancy. And he made it very clear in this last week's appointment. He was so nice. He basically made me feel like if there was ever a time that I needed to just come in and get an ultrasound, that I could. He said if at any point, you know, he said some doctors would probably tell you if you couldn't feel the baby, well, you know, just relax, I'm sure everything's fine. He said he would ask me to immediately go down to the hospital. He would never take any of my my worries lightly, and he would take them very seriously, which made me feel very, very good. Obviously, we will see how he actually does in the future, because I've had doctors tell me that in the past, but I know he has a very good track record, because I have friends who have told me that they literally walked in that office every week because they were scared and they were very high risk. So, and he didn't take my situation lightly. He said, you are very, very high risk just because of the fact of your past pregnancies. And he wants to actually work with another high-risk doctor because he feels like it would be good to have two different opinions, which I thought was great too, because my doctor does not think he is the smartest person in the whole world. He's willing to take other advice from other doctors, which can sometimes be a problem for doctors because they have such high egos. So I totally fell in love with him. I'm so excited to use him. He has two offices. One is close to me, which is good, but it does not have an ultrasound machine. The second one is 30 minutes away next to his hospital, and I'm not super impressed with his ultrasound machine, but he will be sending me out for ultrasounds if he feels that it's necessary or if I need a better look. So I am really excited about that. My last appointment was awesome. It was just basically a consultation of what our plan was. Like I said, he thought I was not pregnant because our urine test came back negative. So we just kind of talked about what we're going to do in the future. Then I did have blood work, and as you guys saw, if you guys watched my live pregnancy test whole story, I did get my blood work back, and it was negative. But they even told me, and I knew that the reason it was negative is because it was probably too soon. I was totally pushing my luck with getting the blood work done. I really wanted the blood work back before Brian got back. So I pushed it, got it done a little bit early, and resulted in a negative test. So, once I got my positive pregnancy test, I did go down immediately and get another blood work done, and that came back positive. And they did let me know, let's see, I think I probably got my blood work done around DPO, like 14? I don't know, it might be a little bit less than that. I might be totally off. But I was about 4 weeks and 2 days when I got my blood work done, and the HCG came back as 197, I believe it was. So they felt really good about that. Obviously, that's low, but I was very early and still am very early in my pregnancy, so it's going to be very, very low. And I checked it, and it seemed like it was about average, maybe a little less than average, but she was like, everyone makes HCG differently, so whatever. So in that appointment, we did talk about some different things we wanted to do. I've watched, obviously, a lot of women and heard a lot of people who take progesterone, and I felt like I should talk to him about that, and I did. So he thought that was a great idea to have me on progesterone through my first trimester, and possibly even going into my second trimester and even further. I'm not really sure. He just felt like, since because I've had a second trimester loss, then I should keep taking the progesterone. So he did kind of worry me, because when he presented it as, so we'll put you on progesterone, but just so you know, when you get the bottle, it's going to say something like, do not take if you're pregnant, but don't listen to that. And I said, okay, but I know better than to just trust him or trust a doctor. I'm like, if the bottle says do not take if you're pregnant, why would I take this? And I understand that almost a lot of high risk, and if you go to a fertility doctor, they're going to give you progesterone, but why does it say that you're not supposed to take it when you're pregnant? So I was very confused, and I actually went in for a second appointment to talk to him about this. I was like, why am I taking a pill that says do not get pregnant? And I was actually seeing a different, like a nurse practitioner at the time because he was out of the office. And she was kind of confused as to why it would say that. She's like, I'm not really sure why it would say that. But to clear everything up, I did get my progesterone bottle. And it doesn't actually say, don't take it if you're pregnant. It just says, if you're pregnant or considering becoming pregnant, you should discuss the use of this medication with your doctor or pharmacist. Well, that's totally different. That doesn't mean not to take it when you're pregnant. So here's what I'm taking. It's Prometrum, which I think is what most women take when they are pregnant. Prometrum, I think that's it. And I'm taking 100 milligrams twice a day, which I don't know if that's totally normal, if I'm supposed to be taking it twice a day or once a day. He put me on twice a day. That's what I've been doing. So far, I haven't really had any issues with it, other than that, like, I've been feeling very, very exhausted, but that might be a pregnancy symptom, so we'll talk about that in a minute. He also put me on a new prenatal, which I was, and I have been since forever now, been taking, not during my last pregnancy. I took this, once my last pregnancy ended, I started on just like a cheapo Walmart prenatal, and because it doesn't have DHA and all of that, but since I wasn't pregnant, I was like, I'll just take this cheap prenatal pill. So I've been taking this, and first of all, I just want to say that I hate it. It's obviously like the biggest pill ever. It's like so fat, and it's, I can't even smell it. I don't even want to touch it. It's so nasty. It smells like horse hay or something. It's super nasty. So I hate this pill. And I didn't necessarily want to change my pill just because of that. I was willing to take it, and I have been taking it. But I just didn't feel like, I felt like it was a wussy pill. Like, I wanted something that I felt really confident in. So he put me on citrinatal, and so far I haven't had any problems. I've only been taking it for 2 nights now, and these pills are obviously still kind of large, but they don't stink, so they're much easier to take. So that's what I've been taking. These are really expensive though, and even with my insurance. So I will maybe just be taking these during my first trimester, and then maybe I'll ask him for like a cheaper pill to take later. So so far I haven't had any issues with it, so that's been good. And it's 2 pills, which I'm not super happy about, but whatever, you know. So on to my pregnancy symptoms. I'm obviously 5 weeks, and I don't have a lot of pregnancy symptoms. I have been so exhausted, and obviously I've had this exhaustion in the past pregnancies, but this feels like completely different for some reason. I feel like I can barely function, but you know, I don't know, maybe I'm just tired, you know, maybe I'm just not getting enough sleep. You just never know with these things. It could be partly from the progesterone, because it does say it may cause drowsiness and dizziness. So, let me know if you guys have taken progesterone and have felt that same thing, because I'm so tired, like really tired. I haven't really had any nausea yet, but I am waiting for it because my last pregnancy, it started around 6-ish weeks, so I know that's coming, and I am ready. I'm ready. It lasted well into my 2nd trimester, and it was terrifying. It was like terrible. It's the kind of morning sickness where I think I'm fine, and then I will be standing in the kitchen and puke on the entire fridge, and that really did happen. And one time I was driving in the car, I took a sip of water, I felt like I was, you know, I think I coughed a little bit, like it went down maybe the wrong tube. I completely threw up over my entire car, the floor, and to this day, I have not been able to fully clean it up. There is actual marks in my car. It is so gross. And usually I'm just at my office puking in the trash can all day long. So I'm that's coming. I know it is. I whatever. And in a way, it makes me feel good, I guess you could say, because I know that everything's working. So, I have also had very tender breasts. Also, another weird thing is after my first, well, it's not weird because it's totally normal, but after my my second pregnancy, my boobs, like, of course, they lactated and got huge, and then completely deflated. I mean, and I've always had pretty decent boobs, like, size, and then they completely deflated to where I felt like I could literally smash them with my fingers and, like, completely make them flat. It was really, like, almost like saggy boobs now, and now they're full again, and they seem a lot more fuller and bigger, which I know is normal. But they're also they're getting tender, which I didn't have in any of my other pregnancies. I really haven't had that. So I don't know if that's also from the progesterone or if that's just a new pregnancy symptom that I get to endure or have. That, I think, is pretty much it for all of my symptoms. I'm sure there's going to be more for next week. Also, you guys might have seen in the intro, but I want to show you that the baby is the size of an orange seed, and which I just think is adorable. I've been following my What to Expect app since I was like 1 day pregnant, or supposedly 1 day pregnant, and the baby was smaller than a poppy seed. So the fact that now the baby is the size of an orange seed is huge. I mean, the baby's growing, and I just think that's the cutest thing ever, and I cannot wait for the baby to just get bigger and bigger and bigger. So, just an orange seed. That's just so cute to me. So yeah, that's just really exciting. I just want to say also, thank you guys so much for all of your support. I know I've pretty much already said this. I really am grateful for all of you, everyone who talks to me and gives me advice. It's just been so awesome. I did want to say, I have really gotten to know a couple of girls who are around the same time as me. So if you're watching because you're around the same week as me and you want to watch other girls who are around the same week, this is who I've gotten to know so far. And I'm sure there's many more, but one of them is Sarah Louise 316, and I'll have her link below. She's so sweet and just the cutest girl, and she's like, I think she has the exact same due date as me, so I'm really excited about that. And also Crush Fam, which she's just really sweet person also, and I love both of them. So I'll have both their links below. Definitely check them out because they're the same amount of weeks as me, so if you're watching me because you are the same amount of weeks as me also, then they'd be fun to watch too. So yeah, thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. I cannot wait to have more bump dates up and all that fun stuff, and I have so much planned as far as my pregnancy and so many ideas I want to talk about. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. I can't wait to have you guys follow along on my hopefully it's not anymore very bumpy, but my bumpy journey, because there will still be bumps with my morning sickness and so much more that will be involved in this pregnancy. So yeah, definitely subscribe if you haven't liked this video, and I will see you guys hopefully next week, if not before. So talk to you guys later. Bye. I gotta get this all out of me. Okay, I'm good. You called it BUMPDATE. And so, excuse me. Whatever. Okay. Oh gosh, that was the second one. Burping a lot.